Well, of course, for months now, we have been reporting on Catholic priests accused of sexual abuse, but tonight's story, this is a little different. A very well-known local priest who was already suspended for allegations of sexual abuse is now accused by a member of his family.
And for the first time, that family member is sharing his story. Channel 2's Claudine Ewing has this Two on Your Side original tonight.
The spotlight is on the Buffalo Catholic Diocese after they released the names of priests with allegations of sex abuse. One of the names, Reverend Arthur Smith, known to many as Father Art Smith, a priest who was often in the news as a former Buffalo fire chaplain, a clergyman of comfort for first responders, always one to speak out when a house of worship was vandalized.
Whenever you attack a sacred space, I think it's just a violation of people's dignity.
In 2011, Father Art Smith was placed on leave by the diocese when the mother of a male student at St. Mary of the Lake School said the priest sent inappropriate Facebook messages to her son. Father Smith was eventually suspended by then Bishop Edward Kimmick. But when a new bishop was appointed, Father Art Smith was reinstated. It was Bishop Malone who gave Father Smith the go-ahead to return to ministry. Smith had been sent away for treatment, according to the diocese. Now we're learning from 3 members of Father Art Smith's family that the South Buffalo native allegedly abused someone in his own family. For the first time, that family member is speaking out publicly. This is Ryan Cooley. He's 33 years old. He says he was sexually abused as a child by his uncle, Father Art Smith, and Ryan was just 9 years old. He says it happened at his cousin's home in North Buffalo. On that day, he says he and his cousins were playing around, and when he opened his cousin's bedroom door,
and I saw Artie, and I was like, what are you doing here? Like, why are you here?
He says there were 2 twin-sized beds in the room.
I wanted to crawl under the bed. I'm sorry.
Ryan is talking about this incident for the first time publicly. And as you can see, it was overwhelming, driving this now grown man to tears.
He sat me down on the bed and fed me some like, oh, you're growing up so fast. Just started like rubbing my back, and then he just stuck his hand up my shorts and just kept touching me, and I
Remember, he was only 9 at the time.
He molested you.
It happened once, but it forever affected Ryan.
He knew that I didn't want that, and from that moment on, he disrespected me.
You were taught to respect the clergy,
Right.
respect the Catholic Church, and then especially your uncle, because your uncle was a priest.
Right. In our family growing up, like, religion was, like, my grandma, like, demanded respect, like, you didn't dare, like, disrespect her or the cross.
When did you finally tell someone that it was your uncle, Art Smith, who molested you?
I want to say it was maybe 2 years ago.
Father Art Smith's name is on the list of priests with substantiated claims of sexual abuse of a minor within the Buffalo Diocese. The bishop has admitted it was a mistake to keep Father Art Smith in limited ministry. Smith, under Bishop Malone, was allowed to work in a nursing home and assigned to a youth conference where he heard confessions and be a cruise ship chaplain.
Do you want him in prison?
Like, he needs something worse than prison.
When asked to describe his uncle,
A creeper. Like, you have no, like, moral compass at all.
He hurt you.
I honestly believe that he preyed on the fact that I didn't have a father in my life.
he recalls hearing his uncle use dirty talk and speak about pornographic stuff. And he says it tainted him on the church.
Did he ever apologize to you?
No. I would be content with never seeing him ever again.
Ryan admits his life has been stressful. He fretted the day he would tell his story publicly. And then there is this letter that Father Art Smith sent to his family in 2013 before Thanksgiving. In the letter, he's detailing difficult years. He said he lost his job at Brothers of Mercy and provided this explanation. Because I would hug one of the younger brothers after Mass in the morning as I was leaving, it was always only a few seconds, but apparently he or someone didn't like it. I thought that he liked me, and I liked him, so that's over. Acknowledging that this wasn't the first time he's been sent to get help by the diocese, he wrote, "The bishop wants me to go for some more counseling in 2014. This is Father Art's sister, who received that letter.
Wanting us to try to understand what he was going through.
She believes her brother abused her son. In the lengthy letter, he also talked about the incident at St. Mary of the Lake School that led to his suspension. It involved a Facebook message to a boy who was having problems at home. He had written me asking for help. I wrote him back a text saying several things, but ended with, "Love you," and that's what did me in. Just those 4 letters. Father Art Smith is the oldest of 11 kids. He also said in the letter his father never gave him love or assurance. He said, "I struggled with that all my life. I struggled with my sexual orientation. Living a celibate life is a very lonely experience."
Ryan has battled personal struggles in life, but he wanted to tell his story, and he was brave to do so. He hopes it will help others to come forward. As for Father Art Smith, he would only communicate with me via text message. As you can see here, he declined to do any interviews by phone or on camera. Our text messages go back to November. He said he's disgusted to the nth degree that he hates lies. The offer is still available for him to do an interview. Claudine Ewing, Channel 2 News.